Hey, steamy goddesses. I'm Aricia, owner of Essentially True and Yoni steaming practitioner. So what does that mean to you? That means I steam vaginas for a living. You're like, what? Steam vaginas? Yes. So by offering this service, I help women have better periods. And I'm like, you're probably like, how? So that's what I want to teach you today. Because Yoni steaming has been around for hundreds of years, and it's just all of a sudden become popular in modern times. But I want to show you how simple it is for you to do at home and to reap all the benefits. So let me tell you a little bit first about what Yoni steaming is. Yoni steaming is the practice of boiling hot water like a tea, adding herbs, and then sitting over the herbs for 15 to 30 minutes. And the time that's needed is determined by your own individual factors, which I'll also let you know what those could be. So you were like, well, why would I want to steam my vagina? Like, what's the point of that? So ever had a facial steam? Pretty much it's the same thing. So it cleanses the tissue of your skin, and the herbs also add medicinal properties to it that you can also impart into your body. So with our vaginas being very absorbent, then you receive the benefit of cleansing and the increased benefit of the steaming herbs. So, like I said, doing this at home is really, really easy. And I'll show you some things that you probably already have that you can use. So first, you're going to need a pot to boil the water in. Then you need a bowl, preferably stainless steel or glass is best. Stay away from plastic, because once plastic heats, then it releases the chemicals that are inside of the plastic, and which can be transferred into your body through the steaming process. You're going to need some herbs. So these are my 2 steaming blends. I'll be releasing more soon. So I have the purified blend. And what this is good for is that if you notice that you have stagnant blood, like brown blood, before or after your cycle, or if you experience a lot of cramping, heavy clotting, odor, a lot of discharge, then this steam blend here, purified, will be the best for you. Also, I have one that's called New Beginnings. New Beginnings are for those that experience frequent yeast infections, or if you have viral infections. If you have BV, then you want to get the disinfecting blend, which I have called New Beginnings, because honey, after your vagina has been refreshed, it feels like a new one. Then you'll need a towel, a blanket, some pillows, which are optional, a couple of big ones, and that's it to do the at steam home. That's pretty much all that you're going to need. So before we actually start steaming, we want to make sure that you are a good candidate for steaming, because not every woman can steam, even though I wish that was possible. But there are some women that should hold off steaming. Women who should not steam are those that are pregnant, because the steaming is a cleansing action. And so if you are pregnant, then we don't want you to steam. Now, if you have more than one period in a month, or you have sporadic bleeding, then you should not steam, because again, steaming is causing circulation in your body. And so the process of releasing blood is circulation, and you don't want to increase it, because it could cause hemorrhaging, and that is very, very dangerous. So those that have more than one cycle in a month, and those that have sporadic bleeding, you should not steam. So who else should not steam? So those who are on certain birth controls should steam with caution. So if you have an IUD, you can steam. However, because the steam does relax the muscles of the cervix, it could cause your IUD to expel if you leave it in too long, or if you steam too long. So you want to limit your steaming sessions to 10 to 15 minutes at the very most. Also, those who have the implants in their arm, I don't know what it's called, but because it goes by different names depending on the brand. You want to know that part of the way that that works is by increasing the cervical mucus and preventing the sperm from entering the uterus to fertilize the egg. So because steaming is a cleansing action, that can actually remove that excess mucus, which can cause pregnancy. So if you do steam, again, limit it to, I would just say 10 minutes or so. The process is that you want to steam your water first. So you want to try to use distilled water or spring water. You don't want to use tap water because our tap water includes like so many impurities that can be absorbed through your skin from Yoni steaming, or through your vagina through Yoni steaming. So you take your water, you boil that for about 10 minutes. Then you take your herbs, about half a cup of herbs to a cup, depending on your needs, and I'll go over those as well. And sometimes you actually need less herbs for those that may be a little sensitive. And I also have a Yoni steaming guide that gives details on this as well. So you take your herbs and you add them to the water, and you let that steep for about 5 minutes. And you want to make sure that at this whole time that this is being covered, because you don't want to release the steam that you're going to be utilizing later. Afterwards, now some women choose to kneel over a hot pot. I think that's like really dangerous. And that's why I incorporate the bowl, because once you use the bowl, you've removed the hot edges and you've transferred it to the bowl, which is cool. So how you want to set that up is take your towel and have it ready on the floor. And this is going to be your bowl, and you transfer the hot liquid to the bowl. Now, you don't want to hop right over this bowl immediately. You want to wait a few seconds, because if you hop right on, it's going to burn, and it's going to burn very badly, and nobody wants to scorch coochie. Let me tell you that. So after you have let this cool down, hear me, let it cool down. And you might want to try and insulate the bowl a little bit by wrapping it in to sit in. So you can simply take it like this over the bowl. You're taking your blanket, you're wrapping yourself here, and the steam is being trapped. And you can hang out here if you can for about 10 to 30 minutes. Now this might be a lot for people with bad knees. So another option, and plus it is a long time to sit like this or stand like this for 15 to 30 minutes. Another option is to do more of a squatting style. And that's where these come in handy, these nice fluffy pillows. You're going to take the bowl just like you did before. The bowl, take your blanket, wrap yourself, and then lean forward. You might have to reposition the bowl so that it's closer to your yoni. Well, not closer, but further back to match your yoni, and you could lay here for the 15 to 30 minutes. The other option is that you can place the bowl inside of your toilet, so clean it. Take your bowl, place it inside the toilet, and then you can sit over it for the 15 to 30 minutes.